Okay, so we're on to tours, and first of all, we're going to clear out what's in temporary places. So click temporary places, it gets highlighted, right click it, and then click delete contents. And we click yes there, and it will disappear. And then we go to the main web page and download tour assets, and I've already downloaded it here. I double click it and it opens the screen there, and these are the elements we're going to be playing around with in this practical. So you open that and we're all playing with the same thing, and it's just in case you deleted things as we went through in earlier tutorials. Okay, so first we're going to arrange them so that the aquatic centre is at the top, and then street view is at the bottom. Now it's a little bit more fiddly, and what you have to do is you have to, if you click and drag something, you see that line is just a little bit across from the tour assets. That means it's going to go into the same folder, which is where I want it to go, just above Aquatic Centre. But if I drag Aquatic Centre back up, can you see that's a much longer line? And what that's going to do is that's going to sit in the higher folder. That's actually outside the tour assets folder now, which is not where we wanted. Let's try it. And there's the shorter line. So that's the order we want it in. So now we've arranged things in the places column, we're going to do what's called a free tour. So first of all, you need to click this video button in the top here, and a little tour controller appears down the bottom left. We click the red dot to record a silent tour, and it will start recording. And what we're going to do is just fly around in Google Earth. I'm over Snowdonia in Wales. You can be anywhere you want. And I'm moving around, so nice 3D imagery there. Let's drop Street View Man in. Down onto the road. Not sure where that is exactly. Can't see very much because there's trees. You can see there's mountains over there in the distance somewhere. Exit Street View. And let's click the button here to stop the tour. And now what happens immediately is, without me controlling anything, Google Earth is replaying where I went in Google Earth and the changes of view I put in. And it also records, as you can see, it will now record me dropping into Street View, and we move out from Google Earth imagery into Street View imagery. Yes, sometimes it goes a bit strange like that. But there you go. So that's a free tour, and it just played back at us immediately. Now from this point, there's the end of the tour. You can click the save button to save it, but we're going to do something a bit cleverer than a free tour just going around like that. So I'm going to reject this tour, and it's not going to stay in the memory or places column. So now we're going to record a view-driven tour, and I click the record a tour button and then the red button here to start recording, and then I double click into the Aquatic Centre, and then I double click into Lulworth Cove High View, Low View, and finally into Street View. Stop the tour there. and it will play back. So without me doing anything, here we go, flying into London. And let's say I'm quite happy with this tour, so I'm going to pause it there, and I'm going to click the save button here. It opens a dialog box. I'll call it Olympics to Co. Click OK, and you can see that that's appeared in the folder over here, and I can close down the tour here, double click that, and it will start the tour. And if I had saved that in the folder, the tour in the folder, and send that to someone else, then they could have played it on their computer. Okay, teaching tips. So the first thing a tour does for us really is we don't have to double click elements in the places common anymore to get around, as I'm doing now. I can just double click the tour, and you can see it flies me through without having to click anything. And you can pause it because these are video controller records. I can press play and continue. So it's neater, and also you can fast forward and rewind. So if I press fast forward here, you can see I'm going doubly fast than I did actually in the original session. It started at the beginning there now. But if I pause it there, you can also scrub, as it's called. So I can click the square dot and move it around. I'm sorry, this is it's a bit disorientating to do on this, but as a teacher trying to tell someone something or give them an idea of landscape, you can zoom around in the landscape rather than having to remember where the place was over here and double click it in the right thing. And as an example of what I've done with tours, here's a tour I did getting school students to compare litter in two different places. So in this tour, which I've just double clicked to open it there, you'll see in the places common, I'm flying in to Walsall in the West Midlands, and this is my primary school, and we got them to look at the litter there, and then down to Eton, and I got them to look at the litter at Eton. Now if I pause the tour there, you see I've paused it. The nice thing about a tour is also when you get somewhere you can pause the tour and then just explore. So I can wander around in Street View, and there's the Grand Eton. And then if I press play again, you'll see the tour just jumps me back to where I started again. So in this example I could pause at Chuckery School in Walsall and look at the litter around there, and then run the tour and it would fly me up and down into Eton, and then pause the tour and look around again. So that's a third use of tours.